Hello and welcome everyone in another episode of Researcher Celebrity. Today we have Mr. Mohit Khandelwal with us as our researcher celebrity. A brief introduction. He has done his bachelor's in pharmacy from Jivaji University and then master's in pharmaceutical regulatory affairs from Manipal University. With 15 plus years of industry experience in regulatory affairs, Mohit, Mr. Mohit has worked with brands like Sun Pharma, Biocon, Eli Lilly and Company, and has vast experience of working with global health industries and stakeholders. Currently, he's working with AstraZeneca India Private Limited, Bangalore, as an Associate Director for Regulatory Affairs. With this brief introduction, I would like to welcome Mr. Mohit at the platform. Thank you, Mr. Mohit.
Thank you, Mr. Raghav.
So we start our conversation because it is researcher celebrity where we celebrate research. And regulatory affair is part of that how you take anything, any research to the market. You regulate all of that. So the first question what we start is like, in your life, have you ever thought that you want to become a researcher?
As a kid, I was very much interested in the science, but I had very limited resources as to, the guidance part and, the career shaping, career guidance. Okay. So it was my own way how I navigated at that time. So I was quite fortunate that, whatever path I choose myself or with the help of my peers. Okay, fortunately, unfortunately, that we in our stage or generation had to look to the peers only who were as knowledgeable as us only. Okay, so there was no formal guidance, and somehow I navigated. But I had some dream that I have to do something in the science area only, and that is my area of interest. Okay, and India is the world to India is world's pharmacy. Okay, and I realized this very soon because of so much of media floating with all the news that the ANDAs are approved, the FD inspections are cleared, and this all. So it gave a sense of very pride that India is doing so good in the pharmacy, and definitely there could be an opportunity for me also to perform in that area. So as a student, 10+2 student, so I just dreamed about that and just followed my dream, and things just fell into place in the right way. So it happened. So it sounds like magical, but it happened like that. And so I was the first batch in the Manipal University to learn the regulatory affairs course. So the department was called as Department of Advanced Pharmaceutical Sciences because at that time there were hardly any universities in India which would offer, such a brave step to take up this course. Okay, but I was very sure about my move, and I just uh, keep myself away from all the negativity coming around. Okay, and just worked hard in that, and finally I could make a good celebrating career in that. So that is how I see my past 17 years.
Nice. So this is to let's start with the formal guidance part. So part of this conversation will be guided towards when you can guide students or the new aspirants to the path they want to, because what has been generally thought that if you have not done PhD, you are not doing research. This is a general conscious what people think about. But with
Right.
your experience, with your journey, which we are celebrating here today, what we are going to do is like telling people about more the or like guidance that what are the things they can pursue. You had a dream, you were passionate to contribute to the field of life sciences, and you figured out early that how India is doing so well in pharmacy, and then that's where you want to make your career, which obviously we and you and globally people are celebrating your career for that.
Yeah.
Now, let's to start with once when you did your 10 plus 2. In general, in India, what we do is like, oh, 10 plus 2 with biology is where we are going is to become a doctor.
Yeah.
From that to regulating the, what we say, the drugs which doctors prescribe. How do you feel to start with?
So, that was a devastated dream, and I would be honest to share that. That, as a 10 plus 2 student, I also applied for a admission in the veterinary sciences, which I got the admission. So, people around me, they were very excited and happy that, in one shot, you could have an admission in agricultural sciences in the veterinary, and that too in the Pantnagar University, which was very prestigious at that time, and maybe now also they have a good prestige. Okay, so I tried for the medical entrance exam also, and I could not make it. Okay, but I could make it the dental, but that was not my wish. That to become a dental surgeon. So then I was at the crossroads of my life. Okay, that what is next now. Okay, so basic sciences or some technical sciences. Where to go now? There was biotech, there was pharmacy, and there was bachelor of sciences, which was something I would not dream myself to be in. Okay, it is good career, but as a person I would like to go in some technical education. So I got into the pharmacy field, and after going into the pharmacy field, I was just trying to figure it out, that how many career options we have in this, because certainly in this era you need to have some specialization in whatever you do. For example, you say there was a time when there was a uh, cardiac specialization for the doctors. Okay, now in cardiac also there are 20 other specializations. Okay, so the sciences have really expanded with the time, the branches and the specializations. So at that time I figured out that okay, this is the field, regulatory affairs, where there's an opportunity, and India is doing very well in that. And with that I can also uh, count on that. Okay, so that is how I dreamed of that. And the B Pharma course is of 4 years in India, and in the third year I visualized this thing. Okay, I also made some poster presentations, and but to the surprise, except me, there was nobody else who could appreciate this. So because they were not knowing about that. Okay, so my teachers and then my colleagues, they were not aware about this field because there was no formal course in the pharmacy about this. But I was very sure of my steps. So after completing my B Pharma, I applied for the admission in one of the prestigious universities in India, that is Manipal University in Udupi, Karnataka, which was then known as Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mahi. So there, to the surprise, only four students uh, were there in the first batch. So, the first batch was around 15 students, but somehow they got afraid because of the rumors spreading, and they withdraw their admission and took the admission in other branches. So we were just, four guys left in that course. And, but I was again, very sure and calm and composed in what I want to do. Okay. And the university made available the every kind of resource for us. They brought in industry faculty also, because they were also very anxious that because it is their reputation. Okay, and it is they how they present to the world that they are a very prestigious university. So they made available all the resources and treated us really very well and worked hard with us. Okay, so this is how my journey took place. And then in the second year of the masters, you have to do your dissertation work. Okay, like in PhD you do your dissertation works. Then I got a chance to work with a company called as Medtronic. So Medtronic is the company in the world which made the first pacemaker.
Oh.
So then again, it was a moment of very pride for me as a young, passionate student. It is a very warm-hearted feeling that you got to somehow work in a company which is an innovator. Okay, and I was dreaming of the generic companies at that time, but I got somehow into the innovator. Okay, and I learned there about the medical devices, and how this company is making the devices which all function with the electricity. Okay, so their founder had a dream that electricity can treat people, so they make everything which is from the electricity, the pacemakers, the CGMs, continuous glucose monitoring. okay, spinal prosthetics, etc. So there were so many products, and it was very exciting to do with that. And then, my dissertation finished, and then uh, I didn't had, a permanent job offer from them. It was a temporary role, okay. But they were trying to assure me that, wait for that. But, as a student, I was very conservative about my steps, that, I have to take safe steps. So I got a permanent offer from Ranbaxy, and thus I, changed my path to join the generics in the pharmaceuticals. So my career started with medical devices, and then I went into the pharmaceuticals.
Nice. So let's talk about with this incidents, like when you start with a class of 15 and
Hmm.
because of insecurities, people just start moving out, more than half of the class is gone.
Yeah.
How was that feeling to start with? Because you think that you are following your passion. You are very much interested in doing something where people are backing out. So how did you manage that part that, that not everyone has this interest, or like obviously they were interested in joining that course but were dropping out, which creates a different stress, among all the students, and especially when you are not very mature with those feelings about that, how strong you are about your what we say decisions, and then you are sure that this is what you want to do. But when your family says that, hey, what is happening, that your classmates
Yeah.
are going, why you are not leaving? So how you
Yeah.
stood up with that challenge to start with?
So, first of all, there was definitely a career in regulatory affairs where people used to write their designation as, director regulatory affairs, associate regulatory affairs, research associate regulatory affairs. So there was a career, okay, but there was no course.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the point, that, I got in a course where exactly you are taught what you will do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my motivation. Secondly, the inertia within me, it said that, you just hold on your foot, be strong, okay, let everyone leave, let me be alone in the class, no matter, okay. But the university, they had given us assurance that, they have enough tie-ups in the industry, and they will bring the faculties from the university, and there, the network also plays, okay. But unfortunately, my colleagues, they were very young, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told that, we take the advice from our peers in that time, okay. So I didn't made a influential way to convince them that, you please remain in this course, otherwise we'll be alone, okay. So I don't want to be sound stupid like that, and taking the onus and responsibility of their career on me,
Yeah.
okay. So I thought, let them do whatever they want, because the college is also supporting that, if you are not happy with this course, okay, we will move you to other courses, whichever you want, okay. So they just scattered here and there and everywhere. There are around 15, 16 branches in the masters, and they just find their places, okay. But those four guys, they continued in that. And so we were very small number, but it was very exciting journey, like uh, studying in such a prestigious university, you don't have enough time to walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Landscapings, okay. Can't have a girlfriend, because you don't have any time, okay. So those kind of sacrifices we made, but ultimately the hard work pays,
Yes.
okay. I'm not saying that, I'm not a fun loving person. I am a fun loving, but I had the responsibility of my career on me, that you are responsible for your development and your career. So, and the inertia within me, it supported me very much, that and I was very composed that this will happen, don't worry, okay. So there was no factor of worry in that.
This is now what we always tell to our audience here, that having faith in you is very important, and having dreams is even more important than that. But what
Yeah.
drives you is the passion, your perseverance, that does not matter what is happening today, because you have thought of years, multiple years ahead of you, as Mr. Mohit did. He had this, the smart way that, see, there are people mentioning their designations with regulatory affairs, but there is no university to offer that course. And when he got the chance, he claimed it, and now here we are. Okay, now he is associate director of regulatory affairs, and that too in AstraZeneca, which is a bigger one. So now, starting from the Renbexy job to current position, when you have struggled, I'm sure that there were chances and cases when the team was not performing, or the regulatory affairs in India. There are so many complexities in this level, starting from developing a drug to marketing it. And I believe that that's where all of your portion is. So you people are the back players of all the innovation. And as you said, you started with a company who innovated the first pacemaker, which is again to start with this innovation. And then now when you are regulating those innovations as a research, do you consider this as promoting the research?
Yeah, definitely. Because everything has to end up in a product. Okay, that what can you offer to the world, to the society? What is your problem statement? What you have done about it? Okay. So what is a solution? A solution could be a soft solution like a software. A solution could be like a product. Okay. But to start this conversation, I would like to share that, the inertia within me, it didn't stop with that. And, I shared this inertia with so many people, and I have guided around 14,000 people in India. Yeah. So I did a career orientation seminar with one of the prestigious companies here, that is called as Pharma Tutor. So in the COVID, I did a seminar, and it went viral. That as a regulatory affairs, what is the job? And you are just seeing one tip of the iceberg. Okay, that it is only pharmaceuticals. It is not only pharmaceuticals. Regulatory affairs is everywhere in the life sciences. Okay, be it cigarettes, be it FMCG, be it radio pharmaceuticals, be it medical devices, okay, be it veterinary medicines. Okay, so everybody needs regulatory affairs because they are FDA facing. Okay, somebody is controlling them, the business, and they set the guidelines, and you have to work as per the law of the land. Okay, so there the regulatory affairs department plays the role. So with the nutraceuticals, companies like Amway, Vestige, okay, all those also have regulatory affairs employees. Okay, so if we do a degree in the regulatory affairs sciences, it is not just about pharmaceuticals. It is how big you can see the picture. Okay, so the picture is really very big. Okay, so that is how I help the students with the help of Pharma Tutor, and still we are helping many. And sometimes people are very worried that what will happen to them. So we console them that nothing will happen to you. Okay, and you do a specialization in some other field, and you have a added specialization in pharmaceutical regulatory affairs, which is like a double specialization. You are passing out and coming in the market with a double specialization. Okay, so you will be more confident than others, and you will be differentiated in the space. So that is how we give them the guidance. And so for your question, then I'll end up in the industry with my first proper permanent job. Okay, then the fight start within me, that I was thinking that I am above the top of the world on the cloud nine, because I am one of the rarest of the students who has studied a formal regulatory affairs course. But actually when you come in the company, the education is like basics.
Yes.
Okay, but when you join a company, the industry is at some other level. It is at very advanced level, and it is case to case situations that you have to handle. Okay, and there I realized that actually it is a practicing job. It is not like a job you read a book and then come with some study and it will happen. Okay, so it is the practicing experience. It is the network. Okay, it is your imagination and intelligence. Okay, and you have to have the competitive intelligence also between other players, what they are doing in the market. Okay, because you have to launch your medicines in very less time with the regulations being followed. Okay, so that is also the responsibility. The responsibility is towards the patients also, first of all, because patient is at the center of what we do. So whatever we do is for the patients. Okay, and we have to be really really compliant. And not only we are responsible, but the FDA who is approving the medicine, they are also responsible to ensure that the continuous supply of medicine is there in the market by the companies, because they are giving marketing authorization approval for the drugs. Okay, so it is their responsibility also to work with us, and our responsibility also to work with us for the welfare of the patients. So for both these, the patient is at the center.
Mhm.
Okay, so as a young bright student, uh, I just got grounded with the realities that still there is a lot to learn. Okay, and this is just the starting. Okay, so many case by case things happen, and FDA inspections, we got into trouble. Okay, with the non compliances. Okay, and that the whole world knows about that. Okay, for the Renvaxi there was a whistleblower, and we had to face a very harsh inspection for almost 2 years. We have to work day and night, but we got through it. Okay, and it left me with a lot of learnings and confidence. Okay, at that time it was sometimes very irritating also, who works day and night.
Yes.
Okay, how long it will go like that. Okay, in between I got married also, and then I was thinking that my wife, what she will think, that this guy has no time on this earth. So there was some sort of family insecurity also, but that is the responsibility of the profession you have. Okay, that you are working for the patients, so sometimes you have to work day and night also. So be ready for that, and your family members should also know that you are in a responsible industry, you are answerable to the people. Okay, so that was my journey with the Renvaxi, and it was a very great journey. I learned a lot from my colleagues, from my senior colleagues, from the management. Okay, about the business. So I learned there that and I worked with a BD manager also, business development manager, and finance departments also. So there was a lot of learning, and I came to know the regulatory department is enabler of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, often they are seen as disablers of the business, because people bring a case and they will say, oh, this is not going to work, or documents has to be in the place. So we come early in the picture, and we set the pitch right with all the documents and all the checklist, and circulating with all the departments, collecting the data, and then presenting the data to the authority in a manner which they can also understand, because they are not doing the research, they are going to approve your file, review the file, and approve the file. So you have to give the reports in a concise manner, in a precise manner, about your studies and protocols and other things. Okay, so that is the job of regulatory affairs, and that was a stint of around 5 years with Renvaxi. Okay, then I decided to part my ways and join another company in Gurgaon, which was Kyneps, India Scientific Services Limited. The promoter was from UK, London. Again, entrepreneur, a
Yes.
very highly energetic person. Okay, and it was really a pleasure to work with such a personality in the field. Okay, and I got to work with the companies like AstraZeneca, Merck, Merck Group. Okay, and GE, General Electric. Okay, and GE Healthcare. Okay, and that radio pharmaceuticals and nuclear medicines were there. So again, it was such an exciting journey that it would be the 2 hours will also be less to share all the journey with you. So and then 6 years I spent there, and I again decided to part my ways and shift my city location also to Bangalore. Okay, then I joined Biocon, and Biocon was a short stint of just 9 months. I was not compatible with the culture there. It was very wild culture. Okay, so I didn't like that, and it was very pushy also. And then I joined the Eli Lilly and Company, which is the innovator of the insulin. So my product was insulin, to work there, and it was again a very exciting thing. Then I got a good opportunity again in the Bangalore city to join AstraZeneca, and AstraZeneca has become very popular at that time because of the Covishield vaccine they have done. Okay, and so it was a matter of real pride also to work such brands. I have never imagined in my life that I will get so much uh, respect and so much trust from the colleagues, from the stakeholders. So it is a journey full of pride, really. I have never imagined like that. When I look at the past, I see very thrilled about that.
No, absolutely. And I think if I can say this, that regulatory affairs, as you explained, that face of researcher is so important, because when you're communicating this research to a person who has almost very little or limited idea about the research, how this things has been done and created, because they are mostly about patients, about their
Hmm.
welfare, that what it will do to them. And then you are showing or representing all the researchers in there with your knowledge and training in regulatory affairs. So you also mentioned about being super specialized when you are mentoring the students or the kids, that how they should shape up their career, what they have and what they can have. So in here,
Yeah.
we can take some minutes about the mentoring the students of pharmacy or other life sciences students who are pursuing either their bachelor's and master's, and if they are not inclined towards PhD, and then they want to, because of the, see, what we have seen in India is like people are coming from not so what we say well-off families. They have their responsibilities either after bachelor's or master's. They are pushed to work in industry or join somewhere so that they can earn and support their family. So if
Yeah.
things like this are listening to this conversation, what you can guide them to pursue?
So, my 2 cents for the newcomers is that, first of all, youth is full of energy and they are very vibrant. Okay. So the energy has to be channelized in the right directions so that you earn the optimum results in the life. Okay. Everybody is doing a hard work, but the hard work needs a smart work also. Okay. So there, how you can differentiate yourself. So, again, I would like to say that, the mistakes which we have done in our life, okay, like, taking the advice from the peers, okay. So, peer is like me only, my age, okay, my class, my age, my group, okay, my friend, okay. So, just try to reach out to some personalities in other fields and, take their viewpoint. Normally, what we do that, we reach out in our family to the uncles and aunties and, brothers and sisters. And, we take their advice very seriously because we have a level of respect and trust with them. So whatever they say is something like gold standard for us. Okay, but I would say take their advice also, but be adjustable to take to reach out to other people's. Okay, and take this as a very serious step in your career when you are going to mold your career. Okay, because every year is precious, every minute is precious. Okay, that doesn't mean that fun should not be there. The elements of fun should be always there in the life, but shape your career very seriously. Okay, so I have seen people that they are doing the course and still they are not able to figure it out, that what is going to, because their priority is only to get a job. Okay, so job you will get sooner or later, it will happen sometime. Okay, poor job or good job or rich job, okay, whatever you will get, but have you done enough justice to shape your career? Okay, that is what an expert can play the role in, that he can give you guidance that what is this industry is about, what is the size of the industry. Okay, normally students come to me asking that, sir, how much package I will get? Okay, how much LPA I will get? Okay, so definitely without money nothing can happen in the life. Okay, that is also an important thing, but your passion is also one thing. So how to strike a balance between those things? So you need to connect with some personality and figures in the field who have the passion to guide others. Okay, and not to people who are who may be spreading some negativity. Okay, or just giving you some advices which may not fall in the place. So try to find out. The YouTube is full of those things. Okay, and many speakers who are very enthusiastic, and uh, charity is like self-rewarding. Okay, so we do it for the betterment of the society, betterment of the planet, sustainability. Okay, it is not like we earn a money from it. I have not earned a penny from this. Okay, but I love to do this, so I have done enough and I will be doing it. Okay, like in India we say in Hindi, neki kar or darya mein dal. Okay, so that is what I follow, that if you are doing it, don't count it. Okay, just give it selflessly, and charity is self rewarding. Okay, So then, students, they should understand that they are doing one specialization. Are they able to do another specialization also in the same time? Is it possible? And, will they multiply the effect of each other?
Mhm.
Okay, like they act as a multiplier.
Mhm.
So, it happens that, if you do a double specialization, the person who is interviewing you will really look into your eyes with a very, kind thing that, he is really concerned about his career and why he did this. Okay. Because he was already in a course. So what was the need to do a second specialization in that? Why, he has taken a stretch goal. Okay. Why he has come out of his comfort zone. So there, your thoughts will encourage it. Okay. And the thinking, deep thinking will happen. Okay. And these things. And with so much of information and information technology nowadays, there is a, not anything which is impossible. You can reach out to anyone. Okay, like people here, like you, who are doing a great job, and taking interviews out of your personal time. And as you mentioned, you have been doing for 2.5 years. So it is such a great thing to have it. Okay, you are contributing into sustainability that, instead of, reading 10 books, you see this lecture and, you figure it out. And we leave our contact numbers also. And even if you are not able to, then you can have a, relaxed conversation and people will guide you like that.
Absolutely. And this is one of the parts about Empowering Science Foundation, that we believe in breaking the barriers. And one of the barrier is, as we started the conversation with, the lack of formal guidance, because still most of like us in India don't have this exposure where, what we look forward to is all the guidance from uncles and aunts, as you mentioned, about the peers,
Yeah.
which is not enough. And that is absolutely true. At Researcher Celebrity, what we do is like we share the contacts of our researcher celebrities whom we are
Mhm.
the conversation with. We always tell this at the end of the session, that all the viewers, whosoever want us to put you in touch with our researcher celebrities, so they have two ways. Either they can contact them directly, or they can write it to us, and then we can put them in touch. Because what we believe is every person on the earth has its own specialization, and
Yeah.
all it needs is to just connect those dots to ensure that they are successful, to ensure how they can contribute in the best way for human health, for the world environment as a whole. Because with the new advancements about information technology, how it is easily accessible, it is also harmful to misguide you, because there are a lot of opportunities. As you said, there are people who are spreading the negativity, so you should avoid them also. But at the end of the day, life brings us the full package. It does not
Yeah.
give you only the sweet berries, and you have to taste all the bad part also. And we will touch upon that in your career of 15, 16 years, there must have been times when you were stressed. And you briefly touched about your Renbexy career. But even after that, when people are going through so much of stress, then how you managed it, and then how you can suggest the students should be able to deal with it.
So first of all, it is a very great question, and I was expecting that. And what a right timing! And we are already on the top of the hour, but I am interested to continue more if you want. Okay, so that is not a problem. Time is not a problem here. So definitely, life is like ups and downs. Okay, if something is flatline, that means it is dead. Okay, like you see in the ECG monitor. Okay, there are like sine waves. Okay, similarly, in life there are ups and there are downs. So to treat your mentality right, first you have to acknowledge this, that it is not as per your plan. Okay, it is somebody else's plan. Okay, and if you are able to sustain on that, okay, if you are able to deliver on that, if you have the patience, if you have the faith in you, and if you have the faith in divine or whatever faith you follow, okay, then the help will come from somewhere. Okay, so the stress situations, uh, it of course brings stress, and I would not like to mention it very positive note that it doesn't give me any stress, and whenever stress comes to me, I'm just able to take it. Okay, it sometimes does happen that my stress it goes out of the limits, and it will spill out also on my family members or on my friends, or I would like to be alone, okay, at that time. But it give you enough strength to think about, okay, to how to overcome those barriers, okay. And sometimes life will bring to you things which are not good for you, and you in a manner you can say bad also, okay. But bad things also happen for some reasons, okay. It will throw challenges to you, and then you have to deal with them, and it is your own way how you deal with them, okay. So there is again a thing which will come, that you have to reach out to the network, you have to reach out to the senior colleagues, you have to be someone whom you can count on, okay, how you are maintaining your relationships with the industry people, okay. So there could be somebody who can compassionately guide you, okay. Or if not, then you are capable of yourself also to overcome the situation. But if you want to give speed to that, then you can reach out to the people, and maybe they just solve your problem with a smile,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So that is the thing. So I would say that uh, youth is very brave, okay, and youth is very dynamic, and there are less responsibilities on the youth. There are hardly any financial burdens or loans, EMIs. So what is the worry? Okay, take life as it comes to you, I would say. Okay, don't be scared of life. Life will throw many good surprises, bad surprises, and it is your own way how you have to navigate in that. So that is what.
I think that is the best way, like take it as it comes. So with this, we will say that what is more important, as you mentioned about networking and mentoring, these are two important skills for all the students to have. So
Hmm.
they can have the faith in the mentor about their advice, and even the mentors we have seen this, that how one mentor, if they don't are specialized in that field, they always put in connection with someone who knows the things better, and that's where the role of networking comes in, either it is
Yeah.
industry or academia. These things are not only important that you know a person, but what is more important is like you know a person of that specific expertise, which is now have been talked in this conversation multiple times, that now we are aiming towards super specialization. There was a time 20 years ago when people were enough only with the specializations, but now with this advanced pace in technology, we are moving every single time ahead of ourselves, and that is where research comes in, the in the entire world in different ways. And the one of those things is like researchers are not enough celebrated, and that's why we have this series of researcher celebrity, where we are celebrating research from all the perspectives. And then one of the thing is like regulatory affairs is not spoke about when it comes to a lot of research, but we have done this today. And with this, we'll say that touching the limit for the conversation, I will just ask the word of wisdom, last closing statement from you to the students or to the researchers or the aspirants who want to pursue their life in either regulatory affairs or in research in general.
So life sciences is a industry, and because I belong to life sciences, so I can talk about that, because I don't want to sound stupid talking about other fields like astronomy, other things. But it is a great field, which is full of opportunities. Okay, full of pride, that you are doing something which is really making an impact in the human life. Okay, in a good way, because medicines, they come into the picture when there is a severe problem statement. Okay, so you are addressing you are saving a life, okay, you are building the lives. So it is such a great feeling to work in the industry, and it is a very respected job also to work in the life sciences, any field of life sciences, be it agriculture, be it veterinary, be it human medicines, be it medical devices, pharmaceuticals, okay, any kind of thing, be it doctor, nurses, physiotherapist, okay. So you are touching life, okay. So it is a matter of pride that if you look back years, okay, you will see that I have the satisfaction of doing it, and that what I have earned, I have the satisfaction of doing that. And secondly, always try to build a network, okay. The network is not a person who is knowledgeable, they have the intelligence. Okay. And as you rightly said, if they don't have, they will put you in contact with someone else who is an expert in that area. So, try to learn three values in life. First is respect. Okay. If you respect people, treat respectfully, you will build trust. Okay. If you build the trust, it will add speed to what you do. Okay. And third thing is, if you are able to maintain trust within your relationship, be it personal or professional, there will be very less chances when integrity issues will happen. And it will be such a fantastic journey of life for you, just following these three values, because nobody would like to fall in situations which are crap. Okay. And where integrity issues happens, where people don't want to see each other. Okay. So those kind of things will never happen. Instead, if somebody has done something, they will come and say a sorry for you, and you should be such a great soul to forgive them. Okay. Or forgive yourself also. Okay. What you have done with someone, so it can happen with respect and trust. So that is what I want to say.
Thank you, Mr. Mohit. And now we'll say to all the audience, stay tuned for another episode of Researcher Celebrity. And if you want to connect with Mr. Mohit, you can Google him, or if you want the details, you can find in the link. Empowering Sense Foundation is here to help you. The only thing, as Mr. Mohit also said, like do whatever makes you happy. That is the most important part. And if research happens to be one of them, we are here to support you. With this, we'll say thank you very much, Mr. Mohit, for igniting new passion in the students or the aspirants. And thank you for your time and sharing the journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the foundation, and thank you too as well to you for taking out time for such a noble initiative. And looking forward for many other sessions like this. And great to network with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.